It's rare for me to get some round by round analysis in the lab, but tonight we're gonna do some because we got the real estate to do so. Let's do it. Charlo is actually doing some of the stuff I was saying he should do. Keep that probe out there. Although the point of the probe, we're gonna see later, is to kind of stuff up that high guard and block that vision of Canelo, because Canelo relies on that vision for his defense and for his counterpunching. And then as soon as I say that, he does it right here. Taps on that guard, blinds that vision. That's what I was wanting from Charlo, because the Eddie Reynoso style that's a kryptonite to that style. That's why Bivol gave Canelo that work. That's why Navarrete was giving Valdez that work. And Shakur Stevenson, they were keeping that probe in the middle of that high guard, block that vision, shut down that high guard trap that they work behind. But then you're gonna see Canelo load his weight onto that lead foot. His back foot is almost off the ground. And then he's gonna explode up with that jab, lands a thud and jab on Charlo. And that's because Charlo wasn't keeping something there to threaten him. And now Canelo's at a really comfortable distance because Charlo isn't giving him much. Charlo gives him a little something. Canelo starts shuffling in, tries to tag that high guard. He actually gets that hook around, so he lands around the guard that time. And that's a combo he throws all the time, especially in his past few fights. He steps in, jab feint or jab up the middle, their guard goes here, he goes around. And Charlo actually has some success when he's backing Canelo up, stopping Canelo from making those entries. So whenever Canelo tries to enter range, hey, jab him, keep him at bay. Same thing here, Canelo trying to enter range, jab, keep him at bay. The jabs don't even necessarily have to land. They just have to be that barricade, that blockade, that traffic to keep Canelo from getting to him. Now here's where things get interesting. Charlo tries to slip underneath, throw a left hook to the body. It may land, it may not. But then this is something I noted in the pre-fight breakdown. I was like, okay, if Charlo tries to close the distance, duck and smother with Canelo, Canelo is going, I thought Canelo was going to push him off, but Canelo was bullying him. Canelo was the much stronger man. Just pushes him off. Charlo like, damn. And whenever Canelo wings a big shot like this with no setup, it's usually because he's trying to cut off that lateral movement. So he's trying to hit Charlo where he's going. And then Canelo actually does a great job making space with that frame. When he makes that space, he's gonna launch that big overhand, which actually lands. Like I said, Charlo's chin was impressive this fight. This is a moment I like from Jamel. He's working with that lead hand, jab up top, jab to the body. And then he throws a lead hook after. So he's working off that lead hand, being dynamic with it to make Canelo start guessing. When you have somebody guessing, they're less willing to, just walk into range like how Canelo's doing. But since he didn't do it too much, Canelo didn't ever get to respect Charlo. And again, these combinations actually back up Canelo. But then when there's a time period where there's no threatening shots or something to fill that empty space between them, Canelo can start opening up. But then here's why you also have to give credit to Canelo, because Charlo can't just repeat the same patterns. Okay, jab, it's at a certain rhythm. He's going to jab again at that same rhythm. Canelo reads it, jab. So since Canelo's a great counterpuncher, he has that good timing and that good understanding of rhythm to cut off people and to catch them in between their punches. So of course, if Charlo kept repeating patterns, Canelo was going to catch him eventually. And like I said, I give credit to Canelo because he's a dangerous man. Of course, somebody's not going to want to open up against somebody who's a prolific counterpuncher and knockout artist. However, in those early rounds, that second and third round, even a little bit of the first, Charlo has a strong foundation that he could build off of to make this fight more competitive. The problem is he didn't build off of it, and it's important to highlight that. It's important to look at some of the successes he had early on and be like, okay, why didn't that translate over? And that's really the question that I guess everybody needs to be asking. Jermell, Derek James, all of that. That's for the second and third rounds. We'll look at a couple more rounds. We'll probably call it a night. Immortality Serum out.